but I got scared. My books from 2024. Future me, you're welcome. Hi Mom, hi Josh, hi everyone else. Good morning and welcome to a day in my life. It is 6:53 a.m. Hence the voice, hence the puffiness, but we're going for it. It is a Wednesday morning, so I have 7 a.m. prayer at the Stirring. I'm gonna do that, and then I thought it would just be fun to take you guys along with me in a normal day. I have some errands to run, some work to do, and then, yeah, it'll be a pretty easy one today. And I also thought it might be fun to go through the books I've read so far in 2024, since this is the June vlog. What do you think? I had people pull in on either side of me, which is fine, but I got scared. So I just started eating a little granola bar. I also did to myself what I did in May, which is this is the last week of June, and I'm like, oh, I need to film something. So I have like a day and a half to edit and get it cooking, but I'm gonna be late, so I'm gonna jump in there. Coffee shop. I try to spend a couple hours there on Wednesdays just journaling and having a little date with myself, and it's always so fun. But now I just drove and I'm at the library. I'm returning Queen of Shadows from the Throne of Glass series, not because I'm done with it, but because it's due. And I didn't give her due diligence. And then I'm returning, it's upside down, Beach Read by Emily Henry, which emotionally destroyed me in a way that I was not ready for. So, obviously, I just got home and I'm now recording on my camera. Before I jump into some work, I thought I would go through my books from 2024. So up until like last year, I was strictly a nonfiction, Christian author, self-help vibe reader. Mainly because I just didn't read a whole lot when I was a kid. And so once I got older, I was like, you know what? I'm really just gonna read stuff that is going to benefit my well-being and my soul. And then I ventured into fiction and realized, wait, that is good for my well-being and soul as well. So I read 20 books last year and I'm at 38 right now. My goal is 60, which I understand is a crazy jump from 20 to 60. But it's June, I'm at 38, I think I can do it. I'm going to tell you what my rating is from 1 to 5 stars. Because on Goodreads, you can't give half stars, which we all know is dumb. A 1 star is I did not finish it. 2 stars is I finished it, but I didn't like it. 3 stars is I finished it and I liked it. And that's pretty much where it ends. 4 stars is I read it, I finished it, I liked it, and I would recommend it. A lot of the books that I have on this list are 4 stars because I love recommending books to my friends. And then a 5 star, it's all of what I already said. And then the kicker with number 5 is I would read it again. So like I said, a lot of my books are 4 stars, but there's a few in there you deserve 5 stars because not only would I tell everyone who would listen about it, clearly, but I would read it again. Okay, we're just gonna jump into this so it doesn't take me 25 years. Crescent City 1, House of Earth and Blood, I gave it 4 stars. Don't even get me started on the Sarah J Maas universe. That is a whole other podcast series in and of itself. Love it. That was my first like toes into fantasy, and again, whole other can of worms. Love it. Crescent City 1 was great. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I read that with my book club. Shout out to Wednesday Night Book Club. I gave this a 4 out of 5 as well. That book was gnarly. When I put it on my Instagram story, I said, highly recommend it, but text me first, because some of the context of the book is kind of tough. That wouldn't necessarily be like a trigger warning, but it's like, holy cow, you know? I have a few of those on there. I read Have I Told You This Already by Lauren Graham. Loved it. 4 out of 5 stars. I just love her. I've read a few of her books and she's just great. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I actually gave 5 stars. I really liked it and I want to read it again already. So 5 stars. That's the first 5-star on the list, which I think is hilarious. The Summer I Turned Pretty. Now, I gave up after the first book. Now, don't come for me. And I have not seen the show. So I went in completely blind and she got a 2 out of 5 stars. So again, with the chart, I read it, but I did not like it. I wish I would have read that book when I was like in middle school. I think I would freak out. But it just not for me. Then we go into House of Sky and Breath. That is the second Crescent City book. Gave that bad boy 5 out of 5. Actually unreal. The ending, I gotta calm down. The ending of the second Crescent City book sent me into happy tears, and I actually was screaming. I was sitting next to Josh when I finished it, and he literally was like, are you all right? And thankfully I only had to wait a month for the third one to come out. I didn't have to wait a year like everyone else. Going into the third and final Crescent City as of right now, The House of Flame and Shadow, again, 5 stars. You get to know the characters in a new way in that one, and I cried when it was over because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to wait and this might be the end. But highly recommend it. Again, I can get into Sarah J Maas another time. I'll spare you. Crescent City is my favorite of the 3 series so far. Don't come for me, that's just my opinion. Another book club book, Keep It in the Family by John Mars. Don't read this book. This is a 2 out of 5 stars. We have inside jokes now because of this book, but it is terrifying. And I lost sleep, so don't do it. Little Fires Everywhere, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Watched the show, loved the show. The book actually had a lot that I don't remember being in the show, so I should probably watch it again. But I thought it was good. Kite Runner. I didn't read Kite Runner in school, and I wish somebody would have warned me. I gave her a 4 out of 5 stars because I definitely would recommend it, but I did not know what this book was about. And so that was crazy. A little bit of a wake-up call, but it was so good and I sobbed naturally. Guest List by Lucy Foley, 3 out of 5 stars, really good. I listened to that one and I think I finished it in like a day and a half. Like, could not take my headphones off. It was very, very good. Braving the Wilderness by Brené Brown, another nonfiction moment. 4 out of 5 stars. It was great. I would highly recommend it. There are very few like motivational self-help books that I would not recommend. My favorite of all time, Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. If you have not read that, I give you permission, stop this video and go read it. You're gonna get me down another rabbit hole. Here we go. So I also had a reading goal this year of reading a Harry Potter every month until I finished it. I didn't want to just read all 7 of them back to back to back to back like that. I wanted to give myself a little break so that I can enjoy them. Jumping into the Harry Potters. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. 4 out of 5. Literally so cute, so sweet. I love the first movie. I love the first book. I think it does a really good job. Then we go into Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And I understand why it's necessary for the plot, but it was dragging. But the ending is really important, so you have to go through it, but I only gave that one a 3 out of 5 stars. Oh, I didn't even talk about this. I wrapped a physical book from my bookshelf that I either had never read or I wanted to read again. And I scrambled them all up and I wrote January through December on each of the bindings. And so I'm reading a book from my personal shelves every month as well. I don't remember what month this was, but I read Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Again, could not put her down. 4 out of 5 stars, would highly recommend it. Then we go into the Throne of Glass universe. I haven't given her her due diligence. I'm still going to finish it, but as of right now, it's a slow burn. The original Throne of Glass, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And Crown of Midnight, 3 out of 5 stars. Air of Fire, 4 out of 5 stars, and I am on the 4th. I just need to chug. I need to chug. First Lie Wins was a ready and available now on Libby, so I just went for it. 3 out of 5 stars. Kind of left me like this, but it was good. Like, I didn't dislike it. So, The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley, another book club book. Lucy Foley has a way of writing about friends who are friends like in their childhood that shouldn't be friends anymore. And that's pretty much the entire synopsis of her writing style, for my opinion. 3 out of 5 stars. Crazy, fun twist at the end. Mr. Perfect by Linda Howard. 3 out of 5 stars. Cute. I laughed. The twist at the end was insane. Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really cute. And I would recommend it because I think it's an easy read and I think a lot of people would enjoy it. The Teacher by Frida McFadden. I do not recommend. Kind of like some other books that I've mentioned on here. Just the subject matter is kind of gnarly. So I finished it. I read it, but I don't necessarily recommend you reading it. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I think this book found me at a beautiful time because it touched my heart in a way. I literally called my sister and one of my best friends in tears being like, I miss you guys. So that was a 4 out of 5 stars. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire was phenomenal. Phenomenal. If it could, it would get like an 11 out of 5 because I think it's my favorite of the series. Very close second, obviously, is number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. I gave that one also a 4 out of 5 stars. Sirius and Lupin are my favorite duo. I think Lupin is actually my favorite character in the entire universe, which I know is a hot take. Sirius is kind of a you-know-what, but you gotta love him. So I think their dynamic is cute. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. That is the 5th book. And I literally gave it 2 stars. I didn't think I was going to dislike one of the books, and I very much did. I was like this the whole time. So, that's alright. You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. Do not read this book. I did not like it. You switch between the guy and the girl, and I could not get over their voices, and it was cringy, and I was laughing out loud, but not in the way I should. I read Pride and Prejudice this year, you guys. Like, that blows my mind. Last year, me at this time would have been like, no you didn't, but I did. And I gave that beauty a 4 out of 5 stars. Again, only because I don't plan on rereading it, but I laughed, I cried. It's so good. Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. Oh my goodness. Look up trigger warnings, look up all the things, but it's so good. If you can get past some of the subject matter, unlike the other books I read, I actually do recommend this one. Crazyville. Oh, it's so good. The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth. That was a book club book. Super fun to read as a book club because when you get halfway, there's a lot of things to discuss. 4 out of 5. Highly recommend. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern was also a book club book. I gave it a 2 stars. I almost did not finish it. For the sake of the club and sake of the crew, I finished it. But I don't think any of us would recommend it. It would be an insane movie. Speaking of insane movies, insane TV show, insane book, one day. 5 out of 5 stars, and that's all I have to say about that. I think that's one of my favorite movies and favorite books of all time. Wrapping up, I promise. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Literally so good. 4 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend it. Very easy read. Emily Henry is a good, like, I don't see an airport book being a bad thing. You pick it up, you're done by the time you land. And it didn't give, like, the cringe, romancy kind of vibe. It was like, I want to be friends with these main characters, and I think that's a good deal. The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I apologize to myself for reading that book. 2 out of 5 stars. I don't recommend it. It's basically, nope, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. 4 out of 5 stars. You guys, I put this book down and wanted to immediately finish the series. It was so good. I think it's also good comparatively to Order of the Phoenix, where you're finally getting Dumbledore and Harry interacting, and it's like, oh, so good. And then literally as of yesterday, I finished The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That has been recommended to me so many times, and it was actually in my wrapped TBR on the shelf. I liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Again, I recommend these kind of books to people because it's normally out of your comfort zone, and if you can get through it, you leave changed, and I really liked it. And then the last book that I finished yesterday was Beach Read by Emily Henry. And again, such a good book. I'm at a current moment in my life just with some personal stuff going on, some family stuff going on that I was not expecting this book to destroy me in the way it did. Emily Henry is so good about having an incredible subplot. Like incredible subplot where you're paying even more attention to that than like the main love story of it all. And this one was about like the girl and her relationship with her dad, and it was, insert photo here, this is how it was. But it was really sweet. And I called my dad afterwards. But that is the 38 books, I hope I got them all, that I am reading right now. Anyways, I'm gonna make some lunch now, probably a smoothie bowl, maybe another coffee. But that's where we're at as of right now. And then I will record the rest of my day, hopefully. If not, we might just do an only book review, but that's it, the end, bye. As I'm making wraps for Josh and I, you know when you watch a video and you know, or like see a photo and you know exactly what year that was taken? Like 3 nights ago, Travis Kelce went out on stage at Wembley and was one of Taylor Swift's backup dancers. And Taylor sang Crazier last night. So I wanted to age this vlog very specifically and give that detail while I made some lunch, so. Future me, you're welcome.